Hello everyone and welcome to another StarCraft 2 commentary with Excel, and this is going to be game 2 from the Intel Extreme Master series between Whitera spawning as the red Protoss at the 7 o'clock position and mouz Naama spawning as the blue Terran at the 2 o'clock position. Now if you haven't seen the previous game, then do watch it because spoilers are going to be incoming. So yeah, we did see a pretty solid game from Naama over there, knowing exactly how to defend. Very aggressive early push from Whitera. And really just he kind of spiraled into a slow but sure victory for Naama because he started to just set up the contain. Actually, I would say that Delta Quadrant is one of the most annoying maps to play against Terran contain because of the ramp. The ramp is so narrow, the way the map is made, and the ledge that is overlooking your expansion. Like your natural expansion, as it is blocked off by the rocks at the start, that expansion. So it's really hard to do anything once the Terran is starting to drop forces over there and set up a contain at the bottom, like bunkers, tanks, and stuff like that. It's just unbelievably hard to break. I've seen, actually, I've mentioned DreamHack in the previous cast, but yeah, Naama did win DreamHack against his teammate mouz Mana, so if you remember that game at DreamHack, I think it was the last one. It was the best of 5 from what I remember, and Naama won the first 2 games, and Mana managed to get 2 games of him, like game 3 and game 4. It came down to game 5, and I think game 5 was on Delta Quadrant. So the same thing really happened to him. The Terran contain on Delta Quadrant, and he almost broke it with like a lot of Colossus, a lot of stuff. He just went for it, but couldn't really do it because once the contain is in place by Terran, it's so incredibly hard, and the Terran player is really free to just pump out so many units and just get them down there, and it's really hard to actually break it with anything. But yeah, enough about those games and enough about history about these players and so forth. I'm going to take a look at what's happening in the game. Really, Whitera opening with the same build order, just pylon gateway into Cybercore. There we go, another pylon is going to be planted over there, indeed. And Naama is scouting his base, is scouting Whitera right now. Whitera also sending a scout this direction. Actually, this is quite smart, and yeah, not all Terran players focus on actually getting this blocked off really fast against Protoss. So if he doesn't see the scout on the way, he might not block it off in time, and 1 Marine is not going to be really enough to ward this away, so Whitera might just get some scouting information. Also, you want to do that in case I mean, what Whitera did over here, because there's a lot of Terrans who plant all sorts of proxy structures in these places, so you just want to be sure that there's nothing fishy going on, like no proxy factories or anything like that over here to pump out Hellions. God damn it, that word is gonna kill me. So yeah, there we go, that SCV getting taken out, so no more scouting for Naama either. Taking a look at what's happening in his base, a factory on the way for him, so that's probably gonna mean a starport as well. Getting double gas over here, might be a Banshee again, just like last game. As for Whitera, again the same build with a very fast robotics facility after the cyber course, so no real early aggressive pushes over here from any of these players, although there are 2 Marauders out and a Marine at this Xel'Naga tower, and no research is on the way really for Naama. He's getting a reactor right now and building this starport on the tech labs, so yep, most likely going to be a Banshee coming out of there, and this is really I'm curious to see if Whitera is going to start, if he's going to try and send another probe over here to see this, because this is really easy to see. You can just send the probe up here and check out what's happening, and you can see the tech lab and the starport being built. It's almost, you're almost sure that this is going to be a Banshee. So anyway, he did get the fast robotics facility, so that's a good thing, even though he didn't get an observer out yet. He's going to get one, and the Banshee is not really going to do anything unless it has cloak, but doesn't look like doesn't look like Naama wants to get cloak. He's just getting non-cloak Banshees right now, and Banshees without cloak are also very efficient in dealing with the workers with probes, so you don't really need that cloak unless you want to go for a little bit more all-in Banshee play, like 2 or 3 Banshees cloak. That's really good, but if your opponent is gonna get this fast robotics facility, then it's not really gonna do that much. Now Whitera is actually expanding, which is a good thing. He really needs to expand right now, because Looks like Naama is still sitting on one base. He's turtling up a lot, so this is really hard to break. I mean, what are you... you can't really break this, can you, with any sort of push? Whitera did try it last game, and he actually had 2 Immortals that do insane damage against buildings, but just didn't... it wasn't enough. So here we have Whitera actually sending this Observer to Naama's base, and he's gonna see that that there's a starport with a tech lab, actually a Raven coming out right now, so that's really interesting. And Whitera going for almost the same unit composition that he did last game, just 1 Immortal though instead of 2. And here we go, this Banshee is almost inside Whitera's base. The Observer is way out of position, and actually it doesn't matter what am I really saying here. This Banshee does not have Cloak, so here we have 3 Stalkers getting warped in. And the Banshee might just get taken out. He needs to be very careful. The Stalkers are very fast units and very, very close. No. Oh, gotta be careful. Yeah, there we go. The Banshee does go down. And, excuse me, Whitera's not gonna have to worry about that anymore. And in the meantime, a very fast robotics bay has been planted down. And I just want to check if Naama saw this. Of course he did. Yeah, I'm sure he clicked it. So, yep, that's really not good for Whitera, because Naama knows there's going to be Colossus coming out real soon. No Thermal Lance though on the way, because Whitera is still on one base, doesn't really have the gas for all this stuff, but 1 Colossus is on the way. So yep, that's going to be really good against these Marines at least. But there's 1 Viking out and 1 Raven, so let's see. The Raven is probably going to try placing a point defense drone down soon. When it gets 100 energy, and here we go, Naama is taking his expansion a little bit late this game, still favoring the 1 base play to an early expansion, which is really weird from a Terran on Xel'Naga Caverns, because he didn't really push. I mean, he stayed on 1 base, but didn't really make any sort of aggression. But the concussive shells have been researched, and gotta be careful with these Stalkers, or the Marauders will just snipe them out. They will just slow them, and there's no real way you can escape those Marauders unless you have Blink. Now, Siege Mode and Stimpaks, Stimpak, is it Stimpak? Yep, Stimpak, actually, on the way for Naama, so he might just be going for a timing push over here. A lot of tanks, a lot of infantry, so he might just wait for those researches to finish, and he's going to be pushing across the map. And a second Colossus on the way, actually, but no Thermal Lance upgrade yet from Whitera, so let's see, is Whitera, he's not even getting the gas down here, he's going for minerals mostly, so this is quite an interesting playstyle from Whitera, getting a 3rd Colossus actually with no Thermal Lance, so this is as unusual as it gets, although, yeah, at the start of the game, you're not really pressed for that upgrade, because there's not many Vikings out there, really, so you can actually have the Colossus be a lot closer to deal damage to the bio units. And here we have Whitera moving across. He's setting a pylon a little bit closer so he can reinforce easier against Naama's forces over here. And Naama really isn't looking that good right now. Actually, this is kind of a weird game from Naama. There we go, he's buying down 2 bunkers over here, but it's just really weird what's happening right now. He doesn't have a lot of units, he doesn't have a lot of tanks or infantry really. He just he didn't early expand, he didn't expand very late either. He didn't make a lot of units, so I'm not exactly sure what's gonna happen right now. Let's see. Whitera is actually looking pretty good, and he maybe missed the timing push he wanted to do. He missed that time window over there, because now these bunkers have been laid down, and some auto turrets actually placed over here by Naama, so really hard for Whitera to actually break through that. But looks like he is getting Thermal Lance right now, indeed he is, and he's getting a Twilight Council as well, so most likely gonna see Charge getting research. He has a lot of Zealots, and I think he's just gonna wait for these researches to be done. No timing pushes from any of these players really. Looked to me like Naama wanted to go for a timing push, but not getting that many units, just getting all these upgrades, but not really massing that many units. If we take a look at the unit counting station, actually I'm going to take a look at the supply count over here. Whitera is really ahead. It's like 35 supply ahead of Naama, so yep, Whitera is looking really good in this game. He also got this expansion quite early, and I'm not sure. I think Naama wanted to do something, but maybe changed his mind because his game is looking like he's very indecisive in this game. I'm not exactly sure what he wanted to do. I don't think he knows what he wanted to do either. This looks really weird to me, at least, and this coming from a caster's perspective. As you look at the game, as you look at the replay unfold and things you're watching, yep, this looks like Naama wasn't really sure of what he wanted to do against Whitera in this map. Maybe this robotics bay put him off balance a little bit. But here we go, he did take down that proxy pylon. He's moving back right now. We have Zealot Charge indeed on the way. Like I said, it is going to get probably chrono boosted if I can find the Twilight Council. Indeed, there we go. No chrono boost though. Doesn't look like Whitera is really that big of a rush. He's getting weapons level 1. This is quite late. That's a very late weapons level 1, almost 50 minutes into the game to be getting that upgrade. And also combat shield is pretty late. So this game is really kind of they're both not trying anything right now. They're just getting all of these researches, and they're massing a pretty big army right now, actually. Whitera is almost maxed, and Naama is he gonna try a push with this? I really don't agree with what Naama's doing right now. I don't think he should be trying this kind of push. He knows that Whitera did take this expansion pretty early, so he knows that Whitera probably has more units than he does, or than he thinks he has. So I don't know actually if Mana should be doing this. He does take that pylon out. He does throw a scan down, sees this over here, and does he actually feel confident in facing Whitera right now? I wouldn't really do that. Not that many Vikings either, just 4 Vikings. You really need about, this is 5 Colossus. You need like at least 8 Vikings to be comfortable against this kind of an army composition, against the Protoss Bowl. This is really scary. And also the Zealots have charge right now, so these Marauders are not really going to do anything. Same with the tanks. And Colossus are actually very good against tanks as well. That AoE just eats through tanks, just melts the tank up. Here we go. There's a sensor tower placed over here. This is very smart, actually. This is really smart because you can see the entire area on the middle map. There we go. And we might just have a battle over here. Tanks are getting sieged in the back. That's good, but the charge lots are going in there. And look at this. Everything just getting melted. And he's being very aggressive with the Colossus, actually, not moving those back. Knows that the Vikings are here, just moving forward, basically obliterating Naama. So, that was really straightforward. That was, oh yeah, that's really what happens when you're undecided. Like Naama was in this game, at least to me, it looked like that. I said that, right? So yeah, I did. This is really not something I'm used to seeing in high level play. Just one battle here, and this was really one-sided. I mean, this, judging from the first game, taking a look at this one, this was really one-sided. Whitera completely dominated this match. There was nothing really that came out of Naama, and I'm not sure what happened to Naama in this game. He looked really much better in the game before, but yeah, Whitera playing, just doing that good old stuff with getting gateway units and then Colossus and making a push. But I really think Naama kind of slacked on getting units. I think at least the expansion was really late compared to Whitera, and I don't know if Naama should be trying these one-base games all the time. They're not really so good, because as a Terran, if you can get that fast expansion up, you're going to have additional mules. You're going to have a lot better economy if you get that command center up. Anyway, good game from both players, but I still think Naama played it a little bit too slacky here. I think he shifted out of gear a bit too early after I think he went a little bit too relaxed after he won the first game. Anyway, the score is tied 1-1 right now, so I'll see you guys in Game 3.